is very familiar with Korean. He is a great international investor, famous author, and surely the enthusiastic peacemaker. So, hello, Jim.
I am delighted to be here, Alex.
Welcome to Korea back.
I want to tell you that Korea is now probably my favorite country in the world. And it's going to be very exciting for another 10 or 20 years. So you're at the right place.
Wow, thank you.
And I'm at the right place.
Yeah, you are the right choice. So now we are on the last page of the pandemic, I hope. But we still have some obstacles to crossing the borders. But you are here from the Singapore. Can you tell us, our audience, that's what brought you here?
Well, you know, in Eastern Korea, there's a very important peace forum, and I'm extremely optimistic about the future of Korea, and I like the governor, and I like what he's doing here with this forum, and so he invited me, and I said, yes, I like Korea, I'm very optimistic about Korea.
Okay, so you are here in the Pyeongchang Peace Forum, and as far as I know, this is not your first time.
No, I've been before. For some reason, they invited me back. And I like it. I know why I come back, because I like it a lot.
Jim Rogers participated in the Pyeongchang Peace Forum in his 3 consecutive years. And we know that why the hosts invite him as a very important VIPs of the speaker of the forum. So let's continue to talk about that one. You know that you are the well-known for the investors, but you are here as a keynote speaker of the Peace Forum. So in what ways do you think the economy and the peace is connected?
Oh, Alex, you know the North Koreans spend huge amounts of money on defense. The South Koreans spend even more money on defense. Can you imagine we could have such a big party if they stopped spending money on guns and South Korea stopped spending money on guns? There would be huge amounts of money for everybody to spend on other things, highways, schools, parties, everything. Korea could be and will be the most exciting place in the world once you open the DMZ.
So instead of spending the defense, the money to the defense, if you invest the money to the economy, we got more prosperous days tomorrow.
You could have huge prosperity. I want to repeat, the Korean Peninsula, Hanbando, will be the most exciting country in the world for 10, 20, 30 years after you open the DMZ. And I didn't say reunification, I just said open the DMZ, right. Open it up. You know, the Koreans have been here a few thousand years. You've had some good times, you've had some bad times, but you know how to live and adapt and succeed. Open the DMZ and let Koreans, 80 million people, they'll figure out what to do, and we'll have a very good time.
I see. I agree with that one. In some weeks ago, I got an interview from the press that you have an interview with Korean president candidates. And during the interview, you mentioned that when we reach some good days, we have some parties in the firelight together and inviting Kim Jong-un and Blackpink together. Well, actually, people were very surprised at the moments when the Korean audiences, but I'm not, because I already heard that kind of ideas in the last year here in Pyeongchang Peace Forum. So when I heard that your ideas before the last year, I was impressed that you suggest Koreans to bring economic research to Korean Peninsula through more active actions. So am I right?
Well, yes. And as far as speaking to the candidate, I would like to speak to everybody. I cannot favor one candidate. I cannot vote in Korea. I am in favor of Korea. I would like to help all Koreans have more prosperity, more success, and better lives. That's all my interest is. And yes, there are many things that Korea can do to be more prosperous and more successful. Don't worry about unification. Just open it up. We'll have a big party. And Koreans, there are 80 million of you. You're smart people. You'll figure it out.
I'm looking for my way.
You know who the Rolling Stones are?
Yeah.
I will bring the Rolling Stones You bring Blackpink.
Wow.
We'll get the North Koreans to bring somebody. We will have a very big party.
Okay, promise me I will do that.
I will do. The Rolling Stones are ready to come.
Wow.
We have to open the border, and then we just leave the border open. We have a very good time.
Okay. Promise me that you also participate in the party with the Rolling Stones and the Blackpink and some very good, famous bands in North Korea.
I'm sure there are famous bands in North Korea. I don't know them, but he does.
Yes. So the next one is that my question is that we believe the Korean Peninsula become very exciting places, as you mentioned. But unfortunately, today we can find some difficulties, including UN economic sanctions against North Korea, and atmosphere between the North and South Korea is not warm as we did before. But still, do you expecting some insights or expectations between two Koreas?
You and South Korea have huge brain power, manufacturing ability, business ability. You can raise lots of capital. You know how to make an economy. And in the North, they have a lot of labor, disciplined, educated labor, a lot of natural resources in the North. I mean, this could be a powerhouse.
I think that your warm message will spread through the whole forums as the speakers of the keynotes, and I support it. And I also looking for my way to act.
Hooray! Well, you know, I know that there are young people in Korea who think, "Who cares?" That's because they haven't thought of it. Their whole lives, they grew up with two countries. But if somebody could explain to them, you will have a lot of money. There's a lot of money if you don't have to spend it on guns and rifles, and you're not going to get killed. Every Korean who's alive today, everybody alive today has worried her whole life, his whole life about getting killed. You don't have to worry anymore. Just think about what a big party we can have. We can sing and dance and drink. What's it? Jeju? What is that stuff you drink?
Soju.
Yeah, soju.
Drink soju.
We can drink all the soju you
Right.
want. Yeah, so have a big party.
Green magic water.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I eagerly hope that the peace in the Korean Peninsula, and someday let's go together.
We want to meet you.
Okay.